Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing.
Hello.
Have you seen presenting food? Sure it's that. At least you figured it out for the first time. Don't look like that. It's like, what? Didn't seem very happy.
Who wasn't happy?
At least.
Why?
Just like to stand here.
You're supposed to be right.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the AFL NT coverage of the 2023-2024 TIO NTFL season. Live from Gardens Oval here in Darwin on Waratah country for some great round 3 action. We're about to get underway, so my name is David Kennedy and I'm joined in the commentary position with this evening with Stu Davies. Stu, how are you feeling about tonight's game, mate?
Oh, it should be a cracker, I reckon, Dave. Both teams 1 win and 1 loss. Tars got overrun a bit last week, as did PINT the week before. So, yeah, both teams got some changes in personnel, as we expect early in the season. But big Arnold Kirby in the ruck's been dominating so far this season. So he's one that Tars will be looking to get their hands on the ball. So game's underway, and Kirby wins that first hit out. It's taken by Cassidy there, but he got wrapped in the tackle out wide or going to ground. So free kick not paid. Play on. It's a bit of a scramble there. A high tackle's paid. It's going to be a PINT free kick on the outer side of the ground, and they just work it into the middle now, and the mark taken by McDonald. McDonald goes long straight down the middle of the ground, gets over the pack of players there and hits the deck, tidying up across the back because Waratah, he kicks wide to space on the outer side of the ground. It bounces though, and PINT just thumped that one straight back in, close to the boundary line on the outer side, off hands from the marking contest, and Tars the chance to switch into the middle of the ground now. They do that, and Clark takes the mark about 20 metres out from his defensive goal. Just looking for options, goes back the way it came. That's not the best kick, but it's going to get to Kirby on the bounce. He goes through the hands and finds Reed, who on the left kicks around that outer wing again, but not hitting a target once again, and a scramble for it on the ground, and ball was dragged in according to umpire Ryan Mann, and so a Waratah free kick taken there by Scott Carlin it was, and now Tars deep into the forward line, a long kick to the top of the goal square, but PINT scrambling in defence, but only as far as Turnbull there. He hands it off to Carlin once again. He kicks long towards goal. The kick looks pretty good. I think it's just got there. It has. So first blood on the board to Waratah through, it wasn't Carlin, in fact, it was Darcy Hope back in the side tonight, Dave. He had a terrific year. His first season up here last year, scored 40 goals for Tars, and yeah, got on the end of that one. So a pretty good start for Tars. Yeah,
they worked that pretty well, didn't they? They started with Clark in the back line there and just fought their way through it and didn't pull the trigger too early. So sort of kept their options open. So well done to Tars there, and I think it's that midfield depth today, Stu, that'll make the difference to see who wins this game, I think.
Yeah, well, they were well set up there. It was just a hack kick out of defence, and Turnbull was just sitting in the hole, went straight down his throat. So we're back in the centre for the restart, and this time it's taken out of the ruck by McDonald for PINT, and he kicks long towards half forward. Scramble again at ground level, work it through the hands, but there's been a free kick found for incorrect disposal, I think that one was, and so it's a Waratah free kick. Nick Hoare, he goes short to Cassidy. Cassidy short again. They're just picking their way through the PINT defence as Carlin takes that mark. He goes wide to the outer side. There's plenty of green and gold jumpers out there though, and I think in the end that's not a bad result for Tars, getting over the boundary line for a stoppage.
Feels like the Tars have done their homework a bit here. They've sort of seen how PINT sit behind the ball, so they're probably just going to pick their way through it a little bit better than especially what Nightcliff did last week. Just turn the footy over to their big men sitting in the hole.
Yeah, certainly the skills look a bit better already, don't they? So at ground level, Brodie Carroll there almost got a push, and that's the way the umpire's seen it. So Brodie Carroll, the premiership captain, he's handed over the captaincy reins this year to Dylan Collis, but an experienced player for Tars, and he goes long down to the forward 50. Carlin again out there getting plenty of the ball. He gets tackled this time and taken over the line, and it'll be a boundary throw in. So Scott Carlin, an important player for Tars. He's recruited from the Geelong VFL side at the start of last season, so he was an important player in their premiership side. At ground level, McDonald tackled with the ball, and Tars work it out. Collis on the left gets a quick kick inside forward 50. Tars players calling for deliberate, and that's the way the umpire's seen it. It was just a double-handed fist on the bounce over the boundary line. So yeah, Toby Hutt will be the recipient of the free kick for Tars on the outer side. He's called to play on now. He's in trouble close to the boundary line. In fact, he's stepped over the line, I think. So no damage done for PINT that time, Dave. They put the pressure on and got the stoppage they were looking for.
Yeah, interesting decision, that one, I suppose. But there you go. It's easy to sit here and watch and judge, isn't it?
Warwick Williams a bit confused about what's going on. He was certainly one of PINT's better players last week in the game that we covered. So the boundary, that's gone very high, that boundary throw in, and very short, but play on's the call as Tars work to a PINT try to get it out of defence once again, but only as far as the boundary line, and just bottled up a bit on the half-back flank on that outer side.
That boundary umpire's the top possession getter so far, Stu.
Yeah. So from the restart, PINT, it's a very open forward line. There's no one in front of these players here as the kick comes in long into space. It's a foot race as the ball bounces out towards the pocket there. Tars back there first with numbers, and that was Hoare, got the hand pass once again. There's a tackle laid, and umpire races in to make sure that the players separate and the game goes on. It's out of bounds. It's a boundary throw in once again.
Certainly pushed up the ground there, PINT. There was absolutely nobody forward of the centre forward line for them when they had the ball.
Yeah,
so,
they would have liked Liam Holt-Fitz, I think, running onto that one. He's not in the side, of course, tonight, so he will be missed. But Turnbull gets the hand pass out, but to no one in particular. And again, it's scrambling in defence, and Tars hack it away, but that's gone out of bounds on the full. Just outside of the Tars defensive 50 on the outer side of the ground, so chance for PINT to go inside again as the kick's long to the top of the goal square. Ooh, almost a push there, but play on's the call, and it's Keranua who delivers beautifully up the middle of the ground, and now he's got players running out wide. Here for Tars is Mankara in a load of space. He kicks on the left. That's a beautiful pass, but Mark spilt there. Magro pounces on the crumbs, kicks towards goal, but misses to the near side. Just couldn't bring it back far enough. So we saw both the Keranuas in the play there. Dave, Timothy down the back and Dwayne up forward. And they've been real live wire additions to this side in this season. So Williams out of defence, goes long around the outer side of the ground, but it's Tars at ground level, first hands on the ball. Again, it's Nick Hoare there, sweeping hand pass forward, but the PINT defenders swooped on that, and now trying to work it through the hands again, but Keranua hand passes over the top to Turnbull. He hand passes inboard to Carlin. Carlin goes long towards the goal square, but that one just slips out the back, and PINT are going to be first there. But pretty cleverly done in the end, I think. Bit of a professional fumble. Dave saw it over the boundary line for a throw-in.
They're under all sorts of pressure, PINT here. Like a couple of drop marks probably should have been taken by Tars. So, you know, the pressure's certainly on. Let's just see if they can hold on to it.
So big Toby Hutt doing the ruck work down there. Got it down. Here's a snap from Cassidy towards goal, but he hasn't brought that one back at all, and that floats out of bounds on the full next to the behind post. Warwick Williams to bring the ball in. He's stepped inside the line, so he's called to play on. And he gets around the player on the mark. His delivery is good, but the mark was spilt down there. And now a chance. Magro running into the open goal from about 20 out, and he's missed as well. So, yeah, you say that PINT are under plenty of pressure, but Tars just letting them off the hook a bit at the moment.
They are, very much so. They're all gettable goals, probably. One goal, so we're 8 minutes, nearly 9 minutes in. 1-2 to Waratahs to PINT, no score, but it could quite easily have been 3 straight goals. We've had some great opportunities, Stars.
So short to Williams in the back pocket. He plays on straight away around the grandstand side. Goes long. At ground level, it's PINT managed to get it forward. Thomas Motlop chasing after this one. That looks like the boundary line will beat them all. Some calls for deliberate, but umpires having none of that. It made a fair bit of ground inside the boundary line there, and it'll be a throw, and it's McDonald up against Kirby once again. And see that Kirby has the weight and strength advantage there. The ball slips over the back. Coming through again was Keranua, goes to ground this time after hand passing straight up in the air. Now PINT work it to the outside, but Tars with the numbers get it back to Timothy Keranua. His quick kick went into the hands of Kirby, flicks a hand pass over the top. That's worked pretty well as Carroll on his favoured left foot kicks down towards half forward. Use of the body there by Hutt, got his opponent out of the way, and ground level it's Collis who gets it over to Magro. Another opportunity. He's I'm not sure if he was having a shot at goal or trying to square to a teammate then, but he missed his first 2 shots at goal, so he might have been looking for other options that time, Dave.
Yeah, he was not having a shot there at all, Stu. He was looking to do the team centre there, but
just got it too far.
He just overcooked it a little bit.
So the boundary throw in just slips over the back there. At ground level, Cassidy burrowing in, gets it back, but tackle was laid. Now Carroll on the outside of the boot, just couldn't get enough traction on that one, and it's gone through for another behind to Tars.
Just can't see PINT getting any clear possession of the footy, Stu. It's just, I don't know, they seem to be crowding them or something. It's just really struggling to find any sort of target forward of their position.
Brad Ryan in the back pocket. Comes long around the grandstand side again, getting his hands to the ball there was Thomas Motlop, but couldn't take the mark, and so the pack forms again as almost a rugby maul. Sees the ball travel another 5 or 10 metres, but it'll be a ball up once again. Kirby cleverly over the top, and Carlin get with the hand pass inboard, just was half smothered there. And it was all in tight to the boundary line and eventually went over for another throw in. So young Cooper Best makes his way onto the ground for the first time in the game as McDonald wins that hit out over the back. Cleverly done. Awesome. Good pressure there, but the tackle was deemed to be high. So it's Brodie Motlop who will take that free kick at half back. Brodie, son of the coach Shannon Motlop, kicks along to the grandstand wing looking for Thomas Motlop, who was outsides there, did well to get the ball to ground. Kirby comes in and picks it up. He's wrapped up in the tackle by James Bennett, and it'll be a ball up once again. So a bit of holding in the ruck there. Kirby got a boot to it. Streaming through there was Collis, but got tackled with the ball, and now it spills out, and PINT the chance to go forward. The hand pass comes out wide to McDonald. He ducks back inside, kicks long towards half forward. That's to the advantage of his forwards out there. Is running onto it, picking up on the left, swinging towards goal. It's going to go almost all the way. That was Matt Ryan, the captain, out there, and some great work. So the first score on the board for PINT, and really their first opportunity to score.
Yeah, he was exceptional last week, the captain.
Yep.
Ryan. He's kicked a couple of big goals, and yeah, that's been their first real goals, really.
So Tars backing their skills again as Turnbull takes the mark at half back. Oh, this time well read and chopped off, and now a long kick in by Chalmers, and there's a free kick in the goal square going PINT's way. So Ryan again with the chance to put PINT on the board with their first goal, and really after 13 and a half minutes, PINT get the goal here. They're only two points behind. I think they'd be pretty happy with that outcome.
We'll take that indeed. They've haven't had the run of play at all, but that's footy. You wouldn't miss that, I wouldn't think. Right?
No,
He picks the important ones, doesn't he?
Straight through the middle, and PINT are on the board. So they've soaked up the pressure a fair bit, and then got rewarded down the other end with interference in the marking contest.
Intrigued by this ruck contest tonight. With obviously, you said earlier, Kirby's had a great year, but
Yeah.
I also think McDonald and a bit pinch hitting McCarthy in the ruck for
Yeah.
mine have been pretty good this year as well. So I think that's going to be an intriguing battle. We'll see, obviously, McDonald and McCarthy swap a fair bit. So, yeah, I'm intrigued with that contest tonight.
Yeah, so McCarthy in this time to do the ruck work. See Kirby just stays in close to the umpire. Well, McCarthy tries to get a bit of a run at it, gets his hand over the top this time. Oh, that's almost a sling tackle there. That's the way the umpire's seen it. The advantage is paid, goes straight down the centre of the ground, and the mark's taken at centre half forward, and PINT with another opportunity for a shot on goal through Elliot Chalmers, who delivered inside 50 for their first goal. And Chalmers, of course, a player that's got plenty of state league experience in South Australia with Glenelg and North Adelaide. So he's kicking from just inside 50. He's pushed that off to the right a little, and yeah, just enough to miss the goal. So probably a disappointing miss in the end. So Waratah to reset again from the kick in. Going outer side of the ground this time. Kirby the target, gets his hands to it, almost a throw forward. Play on's the call. Turnbull's hand pass was chopped off, but back in there again. And stacks on out close to the boundary line, and that'll be a ball up once again. McCarthy up early. Got his hand to the ball but couldn't control where it went. Now he's in at ground level picking up. The hand pass comes out to Magro. He goes out wide, and now Tars looking to get the ball out into some space near the centre of the ground, but PINT first there. That's a great tackle, and the ball's wrapped in. So good work from Lee Peters, but an equally good tackle from Cooper Best. McCarthy up early again, but Kirby stays on the ground, wins the hit out, and again, no clean possession as McCarthy just got taken across the legs then, and he'll go back and take the free kick. He's called to play on now. He goes long down to half forward. Again, the forward line's pretty open. Oh, the mark being claimed, not paid a couple of hands on that one. Thomas Motlop just hooks it over the back, but Chalmers gets the hand pass out wide, looking for Motlop once again, but Tars with numbers. Carlin at ground level gets bundled over. Play on's a call, it stays in. Motlop has a snap towards goal now. It's a one-on-one down there, but terrific defensive work right on the goal line by Darcy Reid for Tars. Just got a hand to it and forced it through for a behind.
PINT seem to have found their mojo in the last 5 or 6 minutes. I think, Stu, they've been able to hold it in their forward half and also get some pretty good looks.
Yeah, that's right. This one's a free kick to Carlin for front-on contact in the marking contest, and he drills the ball to Kirby about 20 metres further afield. Kirby slows it down. You can see the players working hard both ways as this kick comes out to Collis, Dylan Collis. He kicks long on the left to a one-on-one at half forward. The ball's punched down, and PINT trying to work it through the hands, but nothing clean down there. Oh, almost a crude tackle there on Clark, but it's PINT to clear away. But Collis sitting underneath this one. He reads the play so well at that kick behind the play, and he takes another mark, this time short to Turnbull. Turnbull wheels around on the right, goes long to the goal square. There's plenty of PINT defenders back there, and oh, the mark just spilt down there. An opportunity for the big fella Hutt, but he just couldn't get enough purchase on the ball, and eventually it's rushed through for a behind as PINT swing it to the outer side of the ground. So not much space out there with everyone's pretty closely marked as Gleeson comes in, gets the hand pass inboard. Kiranua out there again, gets something of a hand pass. In fact, not good enough according to the umpire, and so incorrect disposal. Free kick will go Stephen Motlop's way for PINT. He goes the barrel. He's got onto it pretty well too. Down to half forward, looking for Thomas Motlop, but Tars again with the extra player back there. Oh, just a bit lazy on bringing the ball out there was Nick Hoare, and got tackled with it. And that was terrific follow-up work by Thomas Motlop. Just stayed aware, stayed in the contest, and laid the tackle, forcing the free kick.
Just a lack of urgency there coming out. He just thought he had plenty more time, but obviously never have. I mean, this standard of football, there's always someone on your tail.
So Motlop with the shot on goal. He's pushed that one to the right as well. So both sides missing opportunities in this first quarter, and scores level again as we enter time on in the first quarter. And it'll be Gleeson to bring the ball back in for Tars. He goes towards the outer side of the ground. Big Kirby out there reaching over the top. Couldn't control the mark, and it spills over the boundary line for another throw-in.
You're watching AFL NT's live coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season, live from the Gardens Oval here in beautiful Darwin. It's been a great first quarter so far, Stu.
Yeah, terrific contest as McDonald receives after doing the ruck work, then gets a long hand pass forward. Kiranua comes across, but couldn't control it, and now a high ball down towards full forward. A one-on-one marking contest. There's holding, free kick been paid, and it's going to go PINT's way once again, right in close to the pocket. It's the captain again, Matt Ryan, and he's certainly causing the Tars defenders some concern down there. He's probably got a bit of a height advantage, and that's probably what's worrying him out of it. Just doing a bit of scragging down there. So Ryan snaps around the corner, no problem whatsoever, and kicks his second. So he has both of PINT's goals, and amazingly, Dave, after the first 15 minutes or so, PINT find themselves a goal in front.
PINT to be extremely happy with that. After the first half of that quarter, probably a little bit more than half of that quarter, they were pretty much dominated by Tars, and obviously Tars had quite a few good looks early and squandered their opportunities. So PINT in a great position, and I love teams that can swivel mid-quarter. Being able to change the tempo of the game mid-quarter shows great leadership from their players to be able to do that.
So from the restart, both rucks chose to wrestle rather than go for the ball, and the free kick's been found to Kirby. He's played on and got caught with it, so McDonald receives the free kick. He's wasting no time, getting it high down towards half forward. Ryan again in the marking contest, got punched away this time at ground level. The kick comes in, just falls short, and Tars have the opportunity to clear. There's a huge torpedo out of defence. Got right over the top of the players that were waiting for it coming out. Carlin tries to break a couple of tackles there, couldn't do so, and he's caught with the ball, and it's a PINT free kick to Thompson on grandstand side of centre. He chips out wide to Warwick Williams, just slowing things down a bit, looking for an option forward. Eventually decides to go long towards half forward. Ryan again comes in, punches it into some space out there. Taken at ground level by Cassidy, but he got caught high, and so he'll take the free kick at half back. He's looking grandstand side again, looking for Darcy Hope here, punched away from behind, but Kirby does the roving at ground level, sweeps the hand pass. He's got too much on that, goes over the top of Cassidy and gives Thomas Motlop the chance, who comes in, picks up cleanly, avoids the Tars defender, kicks long towards half forward as the siren goes to end the first quarter. And really, Dave, a quarter of two halves, all Waratah early, and then all PINT in the second half of the quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, looked like it was going to be all Waratahs, didn't it? And then PINT just made a few changes through that corridor. I think they it was very crowded to one side in that first half, and I think that suited Tars. I think once the game opened up a little bit, I think that suited PINT. But One probably observation to come out of it is there's a few blokes this week been practicing their barrels at football training, so we've seen two pretty good barrels come out of that quarter, so hopefully there's plenty more of that to come. So yeah, we're looking at quarter time, 6-point lead to PINT, and we'll be back after these short messages.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Territorians go a long way for one another.
So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we are here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back. You're watching the AFL NT's coverage of the 2023-24 TIO NTFL season from Gardens Oval here in Darwin. It's quarter time. We've just had the quarter time break. Enthralling first quarter. The score's PINT 2-4-16 to 1-4-10. First quarter had plenty of highlights of differing. So I'm David Kennedy, and I'm here with the great Stu Davies, and he's going to take you through the call of the game. Thanks, Stu.
Yeah, hoping the scoring opens up a bit in this second quarter. Just wasted opportunities from both sides in the first quarter as Kirby wins that hit out, but Stephen Motlop at ground level cleverly went to hand pass, but ducked back the other way. Now kicks high just forward of centre. Some front on contact there, but barrelling someone out the way, but no free kick paid, and it'll be a ball up once again, just outer side of the centre circles. So at ground level, it's Kirby just hooks it over the top. Quick kick comes out, but Brodie Carroll in there trying to reef the ball out from the bottom of the pack. It does spill free for a while and now gets caught up underneath again. And another ball up. Big Kirby just uses his bulk and gets that hit out, but well taken out wide there as PINT now with the opportunity going forward. It's Brodie Motlop, swings around on his left foot, he kicks high out wide. Thomas Motlop is the target down there. He had a couple of opponents and the ball spilt free, and now Tars bring it forward. Clever hand pass back over the top to Collis. Collis kicks long down the line. PINT look to be best set here. That Kerenua comes in from the side. Hutt gets the hand pass to him. Kerenua receives back, goes on a run, bounces, but he's running sideways from the goal. Tries to hook it back and was unable to do so. And he's just put that one out on the full. I don't know about the wisdom in going for the bounce. Then he could have just run straight at the goal, Dave.
Maybe that was a Josh Dacos handball out on the wing here from from Clark. It was one of those Josh Dacos over the head jobs. It was very impressive.
So again, a high ball down the line. Kirby gets it thumped to it. Wrapped up with the ball there from PINT was Calveful, and it's a ball up once again. Kirby again with the hit out, but again it's not clean. Carroll picks it up and now just swings the left foot in towards half forward. Magro had that jumper held there. Play on's the call as PINT looked to work it out through the hands, and plenty of pressure on them though, but they've controlled the ball pretty well out of defence as Collis in behind just mishandled that one, allowed PINT to get their hands on it, and Motlop, Stephen Motlop, kicks high towards the outer side of the ground looking for Chalmers out there. Chalmers makes some good ground and takes a good mark on the outer side. He plays on quickly around that outer wing half forward area, but his kick just falls short of the target and is bundled over the boundary line for a throw-in. So no score so far in this second quarter. 3 minutes in as the boundary throw-in comes in. Kirby reaching over the top. The kick comes high towards the top of the goal square. Punched away from the ball, behind, the ball spills to ground. PINT at ground level, or just a mishandle there. It spills out here to Chalmers once again. He gets caught with the ball, it spills out. Not penalised this time. And it'll be a ball up once again.
Yeah, as we mentioned in the first quarter, this ruck contest here, if Kirby is in close like that, he normally wins them like that.
Yeah, just too strong. As the kick comes out, McDonald, who was waiting up the ground, was first to it but couldn't take it cleanly. As hand pass comes across to Clark on the left foot, he kicks wide into space in the middle of the ground. The ball bounces a couple of times, and play on's the call is now. It's Munkara who kicks on the left inside forward 50. He follows up himself, gets a little toe poke to it, but again PINT set up in defence. This time the kick's smothered, and play on's the call as the tackle comes in. Here's the big fella Hutt, gets on the end of it, easy as you like, and just bangs it straight through the middle. Toby Hutt with the goal for Tars, and the ball just spilled out to him. He was in a bit of space, and it's pretty cool in his execution there, Dave.
Yes, well finished, but I think a couple of massive efforts by Moncara there. Like when he gets involved in the game, things seem to happen. So they can get him into more and more contests. Get that was a full pressure act that created that great tackle. The ball spilled free, and the big fella was cool and calm under pressure and kicked the goal. But yeah, elite tackling, elite pressure from Moncara there, and a couple of times.
So the score's level again, almost 5 minutes into this second quarter. And it's McDonald and Kirby to do battle once again. So no real winner. Stephen Motlop at ground level, getting a few clearances in this second quarter. Swings it out wide again, but well controlled out there by Parker, who got the handball out. And PINT have got it inside forward 50 here. There's a Waratah free kick at half back though. And they'll just look to tidy up from the back as the pass comes across. It's just fallen a bit short. Gleeson gets the hand pass over and allows them to get out of trouble. And the kick down the line is good to Brodie Carroll out on the lead. Backward of centre wing. He kicks short to Hope in some space. Hope didn't have much to go to forward, so decides to go back now. He's got a spare inside, ignores that, sees a player on the lead. Big Toby Hutt once again. The ball spills back ground level. A snap around the corner from Turnbull, but he can't bring that one back far enough, and it's through for a behind.
A couple of good looks for Waratahs there. They're moving the ball like they did in the first half of the first quarter against you.
Yeah.
So, you know, that might have something to do with their rotations or anything like that. So, you know, we're not across all that sort of stuff, but it seems to be playing out the same.
So Ryan brings the ball grandstand side, thumped away from behind by Hutt. Play on is the call as the ball spilt free in the tackle there. Peter's got his hands on the ball, but got tackled straight away and the ball spilled out. But it's a ball up once again as McCarthy comes off the interchange bench to get involved in this ruck contest. Does enough to worry Arnold Kirby out of that one. Kiranua at ground level just got a bit of a push as he tried to kick, then affected his kick. Again, the pressure's immense as players try to take possession of the ball, and there's not much free air out there, Dave. As soon as you get your hands near the ball, there's an opponent on you.
Yeah, I don't mind this contested brand of footy. It's the willing ones that come out on top when you're playing pressure footy like this. Just like this contest right here in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. It's just right in tight.
Kiranua up from half back, kicks long into the forward 50. Williams tries to smother the ball on the bounce. It just spills out. Now Dwayne Kiranua snaps towards goal, but that one's just banged into the behind post, and it'll out of bounds on the full. It'll be a PINT free kick from the back pocket. Warwick Williams to bring the ball back in. I'd say it's not much grandstand side. The one player out here is the target. He's just shown that a bit too much to Collis, who came in from behind, but another good tackle as the ball was picked up cleanly. And yeah, big Toby Hutt's having some good moments in the opening minutes of this second quarter, getting involved.
I don't mind that risk from Williams, though. If they go back down the line, it just creates another contested thing. And PINT aren't the best at that, so, you know, they're looking to open up the game on the fat side.
McCarthy gets a kick into the centre corridor. Kiranua got his hands to it, couldn't take the mark, but recovers well. Gets a kick inside 50 now, but well read from behind, and the mark taken there by Harry Marr, who was one of their better players last week in defence, and he drives the ball out here that gets to the back, but again, numbers at ground level, and the hand pass comes out to Bennett. Bennett on the left gets it, advances the ball only 15 or 20 metres, and it's bundled over the boundary line for a throw-in once again. So from the boundary throw-in, Kirby works his way to the front, just pats it down straight in front of him. Kiranua hooks a hand pass over the back. McCarthy at the bottom of the pack, and again they the numbers pile on, and again it'll be a ball up.
And 3 spares behind the footy PINT, so they're looking to defend that part.
Kirby just thumps the ball forward. There's a free kick here holding after the ball is disposed of. It'll come back, and it's a free kick this time to Partington, who kicks into the middle of the ground. Ma coming down from deep in defence, kicks, oh, big leap at the ball, and that mark's taken. I think it's Ryan, isn't it? Yep. Matt Ryan, the captain, got up early, but got his hands to the ball and held on, so that's a terrific effort.
He's impressive in big moments in games, this guy, Stu. He's, no wonder they made him captain. I like him. And they go to him a fair bit too, so he's always got a couple on him, but if he doesn't mark it, he always brings it down, so yeah, I'm backing him, mate.
Well, he's got there only 2 goals so far, so
him, but
he's directly in front. He'll be kicking from about 40. So a long left foot kick. I think you've done the trick, Dave, as he's pushed that one out to the left, and only behind the goal umpire. Got caught up in amongst the players there, but no damage done, I don't think. Oh, a sloppy kick in there, put Clark under all sorts of pressure, and eventually so they go free kick after disposal. Yeah, so Collis looking to go inboard, just a bit too much on it for Magro, but he recovers well, gets his hand on it, then turns it over, and PINT trying to work it through the hands. The left foot kick is hooked right back into the goal square. It's going to go all the way, I think. It has, and that was Bennett that kicked that on the left. I'm not sure that was what he was intending to do, but just got over the back of everyone and bounced through for a PINT goal.
Went in about 3 different directions, that kick in the air. I think it didn't look like it was going way left, and then it just kept turning, didn't it, Stu? But that's they're the opportunities you've got to take in this game. It's such a heavily contested game of footy that when you get a chance, you've got to grab hold of everyone. And turning the footy over in any part of that centre up back, in your own centre up back line, is very risky business with these very hot on ballers. And so yeah, we're looking at 12 minutes into the second quarter, mate. We've got PINT 3-5-23 to what the Tars 2-5-17 as the umpires are about to restart.
So from the restart, McCarthy reaching over the top, gets the hit out this time down at ground level. There's a free kick been found here, and it's going to go the way of Skeen McMahon for PINT. He plays on now, gets around the player on the mark, kicks on the outside of the right boot down to half forward, but ball slips out the back, and Gleeson got it by hand out to Carlin. Carlin on the left sees something he likes inboard. That's beautiful delivery to Cassidy. Cassidy decides to switch to the outer side of the ground where Booth has some space. That's good delivery to Hope. He takes a strong mark in the hands out in front. Now just got pushed as he kicked the ball. Silver comes in but can't control it, and Brodie Motlop gets a kick away, looking for Thomas Motlop once again. Ball spills to ground level, and Tars looking to move it through the hands. Stephen Motlop chops that one off, kicks long straight down the middle of the ground, and there he is again, Matt Ryan. He's got someone free. Thomas Motlop running into the goal square. He runs right to the goal line and bangs it through. So quick transition there from the turnover from Stephen Motlop, and used the ball beautifully, and quick thinking from Matt Ryan. Saw that he had Thomas Motlop free and just gave it over to him into his path and allowed him to run into the open goal, Dave.
Yep, that's how you make the opposition pay for a turnover in the middle of the ground there, Stu. That's extremely well done. You know, that quick play on by Ryan there, and you know, it's PINT of certainly getting the better of these one-on-one contests in this second quarter.
So they push that margin out to a couple of goals, and yeah, they're looking dangerous early in this second quarter. Their transition football's been really good. So from the bounce, McDonald wins the hit out. Running onto it down there was Cassidy, but he got wrapped up straight away, and it'll be another ball up. So McDonald and Kirby, no real winner there, but at ground level it's McDonald who recovers really well from the ruck contest to get it to stay involved, as the kick went out wide, couldn't be kept in, and it's boundary thrown once again.
Have they worked out where Kirby's going with the ruck a little bit at these stoppages, Studio?
Yeah, I
I've
think
just watched the last couple, and it's like as if they're sharking him a little bit, PINT. So they're, especially when he gets that one-on-one wrestle like that right there. Oh, he's got him a bit high there, though.
Yeah, just too much with the hands, I think. Gave away the free kick. McDonald hands it off, and another long ball inside forward 50. Ball spills to the ground, and Tars wrap it up pretty nicely out of defence. Oh, that kick's going very wide, and it's going to go over on the full. So some relief again for PINT, as it's brought in by Smythe. Straight down the middle of the ground. Thomas Motlop's in some space at the back of the pack, and he's got another one. So just in the right place at the right time a couple of times. Thomas Motlop probably made his name at Wanderers as a half-back, and but he's got a role in the forward half tonight, and he's been in plenty of contests, and the last couple he's just found himself in a bit of space, and he's an opportunist around the goals.
He's just not wasting any time going forward. Like, they got it out of the bounds on a half-forward flank there, and they just banged it straight in, even though it was a 1-on-2 in Tars' favour. They brought it to ground, and it's just the weight of the weight of forward entries is just paying off for PINT at the moment.
Yeah, really impressive. As I said before, their transition work, when they turn it over, they're prepared to go, and that rather than keeping the ball clogged up, they're willing to back themselves and have a crack. Kirby takes possession of the ball out of the ruck contest this time and gets it on the boot down to half forward. But again, PINT pretty disciplined defensively, worked back in numbers, and managed to force a stoppage once again. Turnbull doing the ruck work this time. He's easily accounted for by McDonald. Chalmers gets the hand pass. It comes back to him now, and he drills the one out of defence. But Stephen Motlop at ground level just gets round past a couple, gets a hand pass out as he's tackled, and to Brodie Motlop, he kicks on the left, but affected by the tackle, and Carlin tidies up for Tars and chips the ball into half forward where Cassidy takes the mark. He moves it quickly to Magro. Magro goes long, straight down the ground. Hope in the marking contest thumps it forward. Hutt gets the hand pass back, and now it swoops out wide to Collis. Collis swings on the left foot. It's going right to the goal line. Mankara there. I think it's been touched, and over it has. So Will Collis that time with the long kick in, but just touched on the line in the marking contest and through for a behind. So it's pretty good defensively down there, and now PINT looking to go outer side of the ground. That's gone very wide, too wide in fact, and over the boundary line, and Dylan Collis will retrieve the ball from over the fence on the Botanic Gardens side of the ground and bring it back in.
That's the challenging kick, that one, for PINT tonight. That one, getting it from their deep defence, transitioning it. Once they're past their half-back sort of wing area, they're going pretty well. But it's that kick there is the hard one.
So Collis tried the drill pass in, just didn't quite come off, and now ball again under a pack of players, just under the light tower on the outer half-forward flank for Tars. Kirby pushes his opponent out the way, but then couldn't control the ball, and again, it's a stalemate at ground level. It's this was bound to happen, that tempers get a little bit frayed in the tight contest there. There's just a bit of push and shove as they try to get themselves off the ground, and he'll get straight on with it again as Kirby again gets his opponent out of the way, kicks off the ground this time inboard. He just fumbled there by Richardson, and a shot towards goal has just missed on the near side. So another opportunity gone begging for Tars.
Looked pretty good off the boot, that one. Just must have slipped to the left really late, but pretty clever snap there by Clark. But yeah, as we said before, it's this kick right here. This is the one that Pint need to get right, and I don't mind that longer kick. Get themselves out of trouble a bit.
Yeah, it's got it almost all the way up to the wing on the outer side. But again, there's a stoppage out there and a ball up. So we're approaching time on now, and certainly been a quarter that the Pint coaching staff will be pretty happy with. 3-1 so far in this quarter, after Tars scored the first goal of the quarter. So another restart out there, and Brodie Motlop got the hand pass back. A kick around the boundary line couldn't stay in, and a boundary throw in once again. So there's been a fair bit of stop-start.
You wouldn't say it's an open running game of football. There's been a few decent passages of play, but there's been a lot of this, Stu.
Yeah,
this stop-start sort of boundary umpires are top possession getters, and you know, it's not it's good contested footy, but hopefully we might see it break open a bit scoring-wise in the second half.
Well, Tars got a free kick then, went to take the advantage, and really couldn't do much with it as Pint go inside forward 50 again. Ryan cleverly gets it over, and now a snapshot towards goal. Looks good. It is good. And that was Andrew Jones got on the end of that one, and again they got it out of the stoppage, moved the ball quickly, and just good use of the ball with the hands, and through for another goal. And that's it's probably something that Tars haven't been able to do so much. It's fine, you know, move the ball in quickly where it's open, when Pints are pretty disciplined at getting back and clogging things up.
Yeah, well, they haven't been able to get out the front door of many contests, because Pint do set up behind the ball well during the stoppage. So and on that occasion there, Pint were able to get out the front door, whereas, you know, it was hotly contested for a good 3 or 4 minutes over on that outer side, and then moved it quickly into a 2-on-2 and able to score. It's and as you said, Tars have been unable to do that.
Yep. So McCarthy and Hutt wins the hit out this time, but it ricochets back to Pint's advantage. It's at ground level. Once again, it's caught underneath, and once again, it'll be a restart. McCarthy and Hutt. McCarthy this time gets his hand to the ball as it spills out the back. Pint use it through the hands. It's a chip kick in, but it's just marked by Silver there. He's looking to play on quickly. Slipped a little, then looking for Keranua down the line, but it's punched away from him. And again, as soon as possession was taken, the tacklers came in, and this time it was Partington at the bottom of the pack. It was Kennedy up high, takes it himself, and now gets the clearance straight down the middle of the ground. Motlop couldn't take the mark this time. Keranua was just a bit worried about Motlop coming in on him, I think, but Keranua in there again, bats it away backwards to the advantage of his teammate down there, but Pint still working hard at ground level. Stephen Motlop looks to centre the ball to the top of the goal square. Oh, mark almost taken. Thomas Motlop on the left, swings towards goal. It's not going to be another one, is it? Oh, bounces just inside the goal line and bounces backwards, and Brodie Carroll just hacks it off the ground and gets it out of the danger area outside of defensive 50. Collis kicks off the ground. He's going to be in trouble here, I think, as that'll be deemed deliberate. I think he was pretty resigned to that as he went and stood straight on the mark. And Pint, another chance to reload. 23.5 minutes into this second quarter, and kick goes long inside forward 50, and an uncontested mark taken back down there by Dylan Collis.
He's had a good game, this guy. He's had a few shots on goal early in the game, and then he's been one of their better players in the middle of the Tars, and they're not going that well, but he's standing out a bit.
So Reynolds kicks around the outer wing. Oh, well judged out there by Brody Carroll. Took a nice contested mark, and he's looking inboard, but those avenues look to be pretty well chopped off. So now he runs around the player on the mark who was not quite aware of what was going on. I think at ground level, here's a chance. Munkara running towards goal, drills one at ground level, but again, it's missed to the near side, and yeah, just tried to keep it low and skim it through, but off target.
Yeah, it's pretty poor kicking by the Tars tonight. I know there's been a lot of pressure on the 2-8. You know, that's 10 scoring shots to 11, and you know, 21 points in the rears. So bad kicking's bad footy, as they say.
Williams to the outer side of the ground, gets it out towards the wing again as Partington gets a hand pass over the top, but again, pressure on the person with possession. Free kicks paid here. Carroll takes the advantage, kicks towards half forward. Kirby had it knocked away from him at the back. Magro swoops on the loose ball, and he likes the finish, and it's gone through for a Waratah goal, and one that was badly needed, and Magro gets himself on the board after having missed a couple of gettable opportunities in the first quarter, but almost a goal out of nothing there, Dave. The ball just spilled out and Magro swooped on it.
Oh, well, they kicked it to the leading big forward, you know.
Yep.
It's pretty simple, isn't it? You kick it to the big bloke. If he doesn't mark it, it goes to ground. You get front and centre and kick a goal. Like, that's, you know, Pine have kicked 2 or 3 like that this quarter. So, you know, it's good to see Tars are doing it. Hopefully it gets their back up a little bit, and the penny will drop. That's what they've got to do. They've got to kick the ball a bit longer. They're just trying to kick to the contest a bit.
So 26 minutes in to this this second quarter, and restart. McCarthy and Hutt again. McCarthy gets his left hand to it. Turnbull at ground level gets tackled. Now Sitting gets a hand pass out to Carroll. Carroll, who's really come into the game in this second quarter, fished it out. Kiranua at ground level just gets pushed off it that time by Peters. But here's another chance for Tars as the kick comes in. I think it's going to be another goal for Tars. Just again, almost out of nothing. The ball spilled out the back. I was touched off the boot, was it? Yeah, it was Dom Booth that time who got it on the boot. The kick looked good, but yeah, just touched. So
that's good signs for Tars. They're
yeah,
you know, they've got a bit of fight left in them. So. Let's see what Pine can do with this. Yeah,
just the last couple of entries getting it in a bit quicker, so puts the defence under pressure as Pine go out of side of the ground. Hutt punches forward, but that's going to roll over the boundary line for another throw in.
There's a lot to be said about that. You don't have to be pinpoint accurate every time you go forward. It's just those repeat entries that have done Pine the job tonight, and I think Tars just worked out that they've just got to get the footy in a dangerous spot. That boundary umpire threw that a fair way in the wrong direction, Stu.
Well, certainly not where the rucks were expecting it to land. And a bit of an anticlimax at the end as the siren went in between the rethrow. So again, another good quarter of footy, Dave, and Tars scored the opening goal. Pint got the next 4, and Tars got an important one back at the end, and so they limited the damage to 14 points at half time. Yeah, I think it could have been a lot worse with the amount of entries Pint had, and you know, hats off to Pint and their coaching staff. They've after pretty tough first 5-10 minutes of the game, they've turned it around and started playing the game on their own terms a little bit. So I think they'll be pretty happy with that. Very hotly contested game of football here. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the AFLNT's coverage of the 23-24 TIO NTFL season. We're live from Gardens Oval in Darwin here. I'm Dave Kennedy, and beside me Stu Davies, and we'll be back after the halftime break.
Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights. Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
The set shot. So Jones, deliberate shot at goal. Kick looks pretty good. He likes it. Goal umpire likes it. And it's PINT with the first score on the board. It was McDonald who read it on the bounce. Now it comes out to Stephen Motlop. He goes long inside forward 50. Beautiful pass, and out on the lead, out in front was Matt Ryan, the captain. Comes in and kicks on the way. Is that swinging back enough? Here, they like it on the sideline. Here it is. And goal umpire signals that's through for a goal. So and goes to the advantage of Peris, who sweeps the hand pass inboard. Moody just couldn't control it, but paddled it along in front of himself now. Picks up, kicks along towards the goal square once again. 2-on-1 in the goal square. Quickly onto the boot. That's a clever goal by Kennedy down there. He was 1-on-2 against his opponent. Allowed to play on as it's picked up at ground level by Ryan. His hand pass just missed Motlop, but he recovered well and chips inboard and finds his teammate Sam Coldfield once again. He hands off and the long kick at goal. It looks good. They like it. Who was that from behind them? Warwick Williams, it might have been. It was, I think. So down towards the half-forward line as Edwards runs onto that one, but again can't hit the target. Slips through the hands of Kennedy down there, but now the ball's all the way down to the goal square, following it through, and that's a goal. I didn't see who kicked that one, Dave, but interesting goal out of nothing really for Nightcliff. Really conditions for footy are pretty good at the moment as Nightcliff burst away this time, and again Islet at ground level looks like has cocked one a bit high in that contest, and so Islet close to the player on the mark, just swings out to the right, kicks long towards goal. He's certainly got the distance in him. That's a great finish and a good answering goal by Nightcliff. Nightcliff working it through the hands, but again, some strong work off the ball, and play on's a call at ground level. Here's the chance for Holt Fitz on the left. He swings it back into the corridor, finds the target, snapshot for a goal from about 10 metres out, and it's another PINT goal, and you would think that's just about the sealer. It was Yusuf, I think, long down the middle of the ground, working it through the hands. They get it out wide to Wines, who has got a player at Islet in all sorts of space out here, and he's got one over the top, but backs himself, and after a bounce had a shot at goal. So
last year they need to kill every contest, so they're not doing it very well though. Oh, there we go. They didn't have to in the end, so there's the final siren here at the Darwin Mazda Oval here in Nightcliff.
half-back. Districts outside defensive 50. They've got the run of the ball. They have. Running hard. Inside. Shot on goal. First score of the game. 5 minutes in.
Dylan Barry,
Dylan Barry gets it into the middle. The Bombers are away again. Finds space. Up forward. The kick on goal. Runs 2 bounces. Runs 3 bounces. Sells the dummy. Will go onto the left foot after 3 bounces. And nails it. Well done, Thaddeus. Port Jimmy. Goal. Goal of the year so far. Terrific effort. Southern Districts.
Very good in his first year with the Crocodiles.
Matthew Dennis still hasn't had a kick.
There's a lovely snap. Don't get the goal.
Was a goal. It was a lovely goal. Barry runs around, straightens up, kicks on goal, kicks across the face of goal. No mark down there, running into an open goal. And Southern Districts, at the fall of the ball, they get the goal. Handball. Away we go. Sold the dummy. Kicks around. Has it got the legs? No, it quite. Yes, it has. Goal.
Number 11.
Dale Cunningham. There's a goal kicking name for you. Had plenty of time. It was Anderson. Got the ball out by hand and kick on goal.
Looks like he's got a sausage roll there.
Yep. Ball in dispute. Chip, chip, chip. Chip to advantage. Watch who it is, Gray. Kicks on goal and nails it.
And it's a skipper, Brendan Cantilla.
Brendan Cantilla. Well done to him. It's strong and it's holding up.
He's hurt himself. I thought
running into an open goal. And just casually, just as casual as you like, Roy George becomes the first multiple goal scorer. 16 points in advantage. Matthew Dennis in front. Over the back, Cantilla knocks it forward. The Bombers still can't find the handle. Kicked off the ground cleverly by Rioli. Well done. They deserved that. Well done to the Bombers. And they creep ever closer within 10 points. Dan Anderson tracking the football. Taps it to his own advantage and taps it to his own advantage again. Well done, Jed Anderson. Taps it twice to his own advantage. Runs down, bends down, picks it up, kicks a goal. That is classic football, Jed Anderson. Cunningham has kicked a goal. Over the back, spins around, gets the ball out by hand, should go by hand again, kicks the goal.
I reckon that's Brendan Cantilla.
Shot on goal. Up they fly. Stayed down and another goal. 3 goals they've got to get to nothing. Bombers, 1 bounce. Right forward pocket. Kicked on goal. Pick up the player, Gray. Number 11.
Yeah,
no.
the big fellow there. He'll turn his back.
Fortunately, there's a kick on goal.
A late kick
Jake
by Bo
McQueen.
Schwartz. Bo Schwartz it was. And he's only kicked a point. So they won by 11 points. 12-9-81 to 10-10-70.
Great kick right through the centre. They're on here, Waratah. They've got a one-on-one there. 20 metres out the front of goals and an easy mark for Darcy Hobart. Should be an easy kick directly in front of goal from about 40 metres out. It is pretty windy out there, though, today, but it is a goal for Waratah. There's no one near him. Looking for Nate Paredes. Paredes took a mark, and he can play on here and just run into goal. Beautiful kick, finds a teammate, and managed to kick another goal, St Mary's. And Waratah with numbers once again. What a kick.
They worked that well, they did. They pushed it out wide.
So Magro runs in. Beautiful looking kick, and the umpire did not even move. Jaden Magro with 3 goals for the Tars. It's up Parker Fawcett. Gets it inside 50 now, looking for Coro again. It's gone across the back. Nate Paredes is all on his own here. He's got time, and he's got a player in the goal square, and what a goal! What a goal by Nate Paredes. A soccer-style goal there for Nate Paredes, a second goal kick. Looking for Nate Paredes. Those two have combined exceptionally well today. Paredes with the long kick in. It'll be downfield. Arnold Kirby has dropped Paredes after he's taken his kick. Bo Tedcastle plays on quickly and scores a goal for St Mary's, and getting it deep into his team's 50, but some good defence by Robinson. Hits the deck though, and Waratah, what a goal. What a goal. I think it was Kirtley Silva, side 50. Jaden Magro flies for the ball, but it goes over the top. Fawcett picks it up. Here he is. Mankara runs in for an easy goal for Waratah. Another goal for the Tars in the third quarter. And Paredes somehow bustles his opposition player out, gets a kick in to Dylan Lant. Saints have got Corowa all on his own in the goal square, and he's going to kick his second goal in 2 minutes. A couple of goals already today, 3 goals. Bo Tedcastle just picks it up one-handed, steadies, has a shot on goal, and gets St Mary's off to the start that they wanted in this final quarter. He's forward 50. Kirby gets the hit away. Jack Lant again, he's trying to bustle through everywhere. A handball backwards to his brother Dylan Lant, and that's a goal for St Mary's. The Lant brothers combining for another goal for St Mary's. Paredes runs, he's got the short kick there to Dominic Grant on the 50. Gives it off to Dylan Lant. Shot on goal.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the AFL NT's coverage of the 23-24 TIO NTFL season. We're live from Gardens Oval here in Darwin on this Friday night game between Waratah's home team and PINT. Very contested first half. Just before we get the second half underway, I just wanted to acknowledge that the Waratah's coach Ryan Ayres is coaching his 100th Premier League game tonight, and it's also his 40th birthday, so double celebration here. So he would be hoping that his team could get a bit more use to the ball forward of 50. I'm David Kennedy here with Stu Davies, and I think if they can get a bit more of the ball forward, Stu, a bit more clean footy, they can get right back in this game.
Yeah, that's right. It's just the way it's broken, hasn't it? And kind of just been more efficient at getting the ball in quickly and to an open forward line. And the Pint are also very good at setting up behind the ball and working back defensively. So it's a matter of Tars being able to break through that Pint defence and move the ball perhaps more quickly to get it in. But we're underway again in the third quarter here. Big Kirby gets his fist to the ball. Cassidy takes possession but gets wrapped up in the tackle. And a ball up once again. So Kirby, using his strength, takes the ball this time and kicks it forward, thumped away from behind by Williams, back as far as it came from. And but again, ball's taken and quickly the tackle's laid, and this time Will Collis stands up with the ball and hands it back to the umpire. He's looking to get the game moving quickly, which is a pretty good idea, I think, to stop the congestion. Turnbull gets a hand pass out. Eventually it comes to Will Collis. Will Collis sees hope on the lead, but it goes over his head and it's thumped forward. And ball spill down in the tackle. Play on's the call as Smythe gets the hand pass out wide. Again, it's strong physical contests around the ball as Stephen Motlop now finds a bit of space. He runs across half back with a bounce. Kicks out here to Brodie Motlop. Brodie Motlop takes the mark at half back. Look to play on. He's got a short option. Ignores that now and goes a little bit longer, but there's plenty of TARS players here as the ball spills and Clark gets a kick inside forward 50, punched away from behind, and again the pouncing on the tackle this time was Richard Pendle, and forced another stoppage. So Hutton, McDonald wins a hit out. The sweeping hand pass from Marr comes forward at ground level. Carlin, clever hands to Carroll. Carroll swings on the left foot towards goal. It's getting over the back, but well read at the back. And PINT again. The chance to reset as McDonald makes some ground up the middle. And he's looking to go outer side now. That's a beautiful kick. And PINT again looking to move the ball quickly, but TARS working back this time as the kick goes wide to half forward and out in front of Ryan once again. He takes the mark. He's called to play on now on the left. Kicks high inside forward 50. Bit of a wrestle in the marking contest. The ball spills to ground, and swooping in for TARS was Nick Hoare. He thought about stepping over the line, but had the time to kick it away instead. And now at ground level, there's a free kick for high contact. It's going PINT's way. They work it through the hands. Williams just bangs it in long again to the top of the goal square. Off hands, the ball's batted away, and Brodie Carroll seems to be everywhere these last couple of quarters. Gets a hand pass across, and they work the ball to half. Munkara gets his opponent out of the way. Hand pass forward, and then received a push. Oh, that's a scrubbing kick across to half forward. It manages to get to Magro though, and he kicks out wide looking for Darcy Hope going back. Just had a bit too much height on the ball, a bit too much carry on it, and allowed his opponent to come in and kill it over the boundary line.
A bit too much forward pocket in that kick too, I would think. He had an opportunity, you know, that front and centre of the goals to maybe hook it back and get it in that dangerous scoring spot, like instead of going out there.
So from the throw in, McDonald in front, just got it to the advantage of his teammate, and now at ground level it's Parker tackled with the ball, got it out, but couldn't keep the ball in play as he tried to get it to Andrew Jones. So boundary throw in once again. Kirby in front, just thumps it forward again, but not really to his teammate's advantage. The quick kick comes out, and Waratah reads that one well and takes a nice intercept mark. There's a 50-metre penalty. Thomas Motlop inside the protected area, so this will give TARS a chance to score. That'll take Waratah well inside forward 50, and he'll be kicking from only about 35 metres directly in front. He's experienced defender for TARS. Wouldn't have had too many shots on goal, I wouldn't have thought, as Arnold Kirby tries to make some space inside 50, but Waratah tells him, no, I've got this one covered. Kicks long towards goal now, but no, that one's drifted right away to the, just snuck inside the behind post, so a behind to TARS once again.
They've come out with a bit of spark here, TARS. They've obviously playing the game on their terms, so it's good to see. And
yeah, it's a bit like the first quarter, isn't it, Dave, where they had it all early.
Yeah.
So PINT long down the middle of the ground at ground level. Kirby does enough and gets it out wide. It's a good pass, and now a chance with Collis out there. He kicks long inside 50. PINT again with numbers behind, but the ball thumped forward, and it was Toby Hutt that took possession, but the ball spilt free in the tackle, and it was a PINT free kick, and they've worked the ball to the near side of the ground now as going long down the line is Pendle, and the ball ricochets out towards the boundary line, and a boundary throw in once again. So McDonald gets to the front. Kirby reaches around from behind, is just trying to work it out. The ball caught underneath again. It's looks like it could spill free. Collis tries a quick kick off the ground, and it goes against him, goes the other way as Smets kicks the ball across the face of goal, and it's over the boundary line on the outer side.
Obviously, it's Billy Smets' first game tonight for PINT. He's obviously played a bit of footy at Geelong in the AFL, mate, and I think he's played since 2017, but he's come up here from down Koroit, Warrnambool way, I do believe.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see how he's coping with the heat of Darwin after coming from Warrnambool.
So from the throw-in, ball over the back at ground level, there's an opportunity. A snapshot towards goal has just gone across the face and through for a behind once again. So Elliot Chalmers there just holding a hit by the looks of things. He's at half forward as they set up the zone defence, and the ball's brought into the outer side by Gleeson, but it's PINT at ground level as the ball spills free. Kirtley Silver just reefed it out of the hands, but only over the boundary line.
Josh McCarthy in the ruck, back in the ruck again against Kirby. So they're certainly trying to tag team against Kirby.
So at ground level, ball squirts towards half forward. Gleeson thumping from behind. Ball at ground level is swooped on, and now an opportunity for Thomas Motlop. Just bats it forward, and now a snapshot for goal. Looks good. It is good, and just trying to keep an eye on who that was. It might have been Matt Ryan again. The big fella as it came out. I think it is. So yep. Yeah, it was Matt Ryan, the goal scorer once again, and
Thomas Motlop's little
just some clever stuff, wasn't it?
He's obviously kicked 2 goals in about 2 minutes in the second quarter, and now that was an unteachable moment. That's things you can't teach people how to do. That's just just football knowledge, and football intellectual right there. Just know not to grab hold of the footy because he would have got tackled, but just palmed it straight to his teammate who made no mistake, in Ryan. So, fantastic bit of play. Bit of breathing space there too with a 20-point buffer now. Yeah,
first goal of the quarter, that one. So we're 9 minutes in, and it's taken a while. Ball was about to spill free, but umpire's called for a ball up as Chalmers hands it back. And umpire Ash Gardner throws that one up. Hooked over the top from the ruck contest, but Chalmers read it best, got the hand pass back, and now kicks straight down the centre of the ground. The ball spills to the back. Jones at ground level just couldn't quite control it. Stephen Motlop comes in, tried to toe poke it forward, but got worried out of it. Gleeson kicks out wide to the advantage of Waratah here if he can get his hands on it. He's swoops back inside now. It's done pretty well in the end, but his hand pass over the top is a dangerous one, and allows PINT to pounce on that. But Tars gets some numbers in the contest. The ball's caught in underneath here, but umpire Gardner says he didn't have an opportunity to get that one out, so it'll be a ball up again, just on forward 50 for PINT. McCarthy with a huge run-up tries to leap over the top of that one. Kirby at ground level gets it out. Now a quick kick forward, goes out close to the boundary line, bounces inside and over for another throw-in.
Yeah, I think that's probably what Josh McCarthy's doing okay in the ruck against, because he's not getting into that dual wrestle with him. He's trying to jump in. Obviously, comes from a basketball background, so seems to be working.
Kirby over the top, takes it out of the contest again, and then hacks a kick forward, punched away from behind by Marr. But Tars first hands on it at ground level, but no breathing space once again as eventually the hand pass comes over the top. Turnbull tries to sweep it over the top, but again PINT are there in numbers and managed to wrap it up just inside the centre square. A ball up once again. See the numbers around the ball. Kirby tries to thump it forward at ground level. It squirts out. Kick forward by Cassidy. It bounces at half forward, thumped away by Brad Ryan towards the outer side of the ground. He follows up himself, and there's a pretty strong contest out wide there. And no damage done, and PINT take the free kick, and they work the ball inside down to half forward now. Thumped away from behind as that ground level Collis swoops on it, gets a hand pass up. Kirby gives it back to him. He's caught there and goes to ground, gets a hand pass out, and off hands it goes over the boundary line once again. So 12 minutes gone in this third quarter, just the one goal scored. And Kirby and McCarthy. McCarthy out the back, gets the kick forward. Thomas Motlop coming towards it, tried to take it on the chest. It got punched away from him. And swooping, the kick comes in. But again, good defensive work by Gleeson down there for Tars. And he takes the intercept mark just in front of the behind post at the city end of the ground. There's a 50-metre penalty here against the player on the mark, and who was Jones, and so that'll relieve the pressure for Tars as he gets marched down inside the centre square and wastes no time now. Drills the pass looking for Carlin, but just had to wait a bit too long for it, and PINT were able to get across and thump it back in again as Collis gets taken out of the action there, and on the outer side, Reid tries to find Big Kirby, but his kick's just gone over his head and out of bounds on the full.
Waratahs are defending profusely here. Their PINT just keep banging it in. These nice long kicks, and that's what they did in the third quarter. Eventually one will get through.
Ma's kick is a wobbler, and that's gone off the side of the boot and out on the full. So footy just getting a little bit untidy here at the moment.
He might have done that a few times last week at Nightcliff too, I think, Ma. But he had plenty of the footy last week. But he did butcher it a little, but give him credit. He did, and he's doing the same again tonight. He's getting his hands on the ball. It's pretty tough to get out of the forward 50 defences at the moment for both sides. So because both sides are set up well. So Waratahs are going to have to try and pick their way through it, but they're going long.
Yep, Kirby long around the outer side of the ground, thumped away again by Ryan, but ball spills to ground level, and again over the boundary line and a boundary throw in.
And both teams happy to kick to this contest, like they've just gone straight down the line there, long to where nearly, every player on the ground is, just to create that contest, which most of the game's been. So, why not try and take it on?
Well, Collis has burst through there and thrown it on the boot, but his kick's gone out wide again, and now a high ball towards the top of the goal square in the marking contest there. Ball spills to ground. Williams at ground level. He's under plenty of pressure there. Picked up in the goal square and just touched off the boot. It was Carlin down there who picked it up, but goal umpire straight away signalled that it was touched off the boot. So another behind to Waratah, yet to get on the board with a goal in this third quarter as we hit 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think the team that does take it on a little bit more broke open the shackles of this tightly contested game.
Just got to get a bit courageous, you would think, wouldn't you? Just have a crack as the ball spills forward. Collis toe pokes it forward, but it's chopped off and kicked down to half forward. It's an open forward line once again. Jones running onto it, gets pushed by Gleeson. Play on's the call, and the ball spills out of his grasp. And Kiranua down there just weaves a bit of magic and then runs away across half-back, delivers out wide and into some space on the bounce. It bounces into the hands of Hutt, who swings on the left looking for Big Kirby. Kirby gets his hands to it, couldn't take the mark, and again the ball spills to ground level. Hope got bundled to the ground. Williams breaks away from half-back and got bundled over after he disposed of the ball. He's looking a bit sore down there, but the free kick, relayed free kick, will go PINT's way, and a long kick down into the pocket. Oh, the mark's been claimed. It's been paid as well. So just That might be McDonald down there, but he's got a running play here. Partington. Oh. It's Parker, sorry, Jack Parker, who almost spilt the mark, but they got it through for the goal in the end. And so PINT of Tars had a fair bit of the ball, and it's been pretty stop-start, but it's PINT who've been able to take the opportunities with twice going forward in this last quarter.
Yeah, that's right. That's just playing long into the forward 50 again, but well done, Jack Parker. That's his first goal for PINT. He's a local lad from where I'm from, near Mildura, so plays for the same footy club I played for in the Sunraysia League. So congratulations to Jack. His dad would be very happy with that. So yeah, we're just 17 minutes gone, in the third quarter here at Gardens Reserve in Darwin, and PINT have stepped out to 25-point lead.
Kirby with the long kick straight down the middle of the ground. Williams spilt the mark. Here's a chance, and Hutt at ground level. So a costly mistake back there by Warwick Williams, who's had a pretty decent night, but just spilt that mark, and the big fella Toby Hutt was on the spot just to pick up the crumbs and get a quick answering goal for Tars. So we went about 16 and a half minutes for one goal, and then 2 in a minute. So can Tars string a couple together? They haven't been able to so far in the game, as hit-out was won by McDonald, and streaming forward, hand pass by Smets out to Parker. Parker hand passes back inboard. He got dumped, and he'll take the free kick just at the front edge of the centre square. He's got to go back over the mark, I think. So the Tars players have pushed back, and Parker looking for a player on the lead, but this one will get chopped off pretty easily in defence by Nick Hoare. He goes out of side, and Tars looking to build from the back half. They go long down that line again. No mark taken. The ball spills to ground. Picked up by Hutt down there. He kicks a high up and under, and no one will be able to mark that one as it spills to ground. And Turnbull gets a hand pass over the top to Munkara. He goes for a run round the outer side of the ground. A couple of bounces now, loses control of it, but gets it back again. He has a third bounce. He's running all the way up to the goal line here. Kicks towards goal from about 10 metres out, and a terrific piece of play. We talked about having the courage to take the game on, Dave, and that's exactly what he did. He was under a bit of pressure at first, but ran with the ball, backed himself, and 3 bounces and kicked the goal.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, of course, Stu, and you know, he's the highlight package on you know, he get the ball into his hands, things happen. So, you know, that's great work to, you know, take that game on like that. That's two on the trot for Tars, probably for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it is for the first time tonight, and
so
yeah, narrows that margin to 13. So they've actually got their noses in front for the quarter, as we just hit the time-on period of the third quarter. McDonald trying to get Kirby out of the way, unable to do so, but toes it off the ground. Will Collis on the left foot, boots it forward of centre, and coming out down here, the ball again spilled out in the tackle, as it was Thompson who laid the tackle and saw the ball spill over the boundary line. From the throw, McDonald couldn't control it. Caught one across the shin there, I think, as a player ran in. Kiranua got tackled with the ball. Kick from Thompson was smothered. Magro hand passes out wide. He's got no teammate out there, though, as PINT swoop on the ball. There's a high tackle been found here, and it's going to go PINT's way. So eventually we're back underway. PINT long down the centre of the ground. Collis hand passes backwards. It's dangerous, but Kiranua at ground level. McCarthy's done really well in a couple of efforts to get another hand pass forward there. Stephen Motlop just takes hold of the loose ball, gets rid of some opponents, hand passes a long way backwards to McDonald. McDonald quickly on the boot with a high one inside forward 50. Players jump at the ball, it spills out the back, and now Tars the chance to clear once again through Darcy Reid. It's kick put his teammate Turnbull under pressure, but they're good enough to get out of it as Carroll just chips the ball around the grandstand side, looking for Carl, and they're almost a throw over the top. Play on's a call as Thompson gets a quick kick forward. It spills out of the marking contest. Stephen Motlop again in tight, just ball slipped out of his hands that time, and Dylan Collis with a quick grubber kick along the ground. Brody Carroll gets away from one, then kicks under pressure down the wing. The ball punched away from Magro. Thompson tries to hand pass forward, but the ball's smothered over the boundary line for a throw in once again.
Well, there's certainly some vigour in this last 5-10 minutes of this game. The on-ballers are hitting the contest a lot harder. They're hitting the packs on the run instead of flat-footed. So it's great. The ball's coming out of them a bit easier.
So McDonald throws it on the boot. Thomas Motlop traps it with his legs, but it bounces away from him. Collis got the hand pass over the top. Kiranua at ground level got it out. Collis a quick kick forward again. Will Collis manages to get a hand pass out. Ball squirts forward as Kirby tries to find a player back inside. That was Gleeson, but just ran out of room, and good defensive work by Kalpful. Just saw it over the boundary line once again. So McDonald over the back this time, takes it out of the ruck contest and thumps it on the beat high towards full forward. Just reading it off the hands nicely. Down there was Hoare. He kicked to the outer side of the ground. It's a one-on-one foot race out there as eventually Brody Motlop tackles his opponent over the boundary line and forces a throw in.
Yeah, it's not far to go in this third quarter here at you're watching the AFL-NT's coverage of the TIO NTFL season here at Gardens Oval in Darwin.
Richardson on the left, kicks out wide. There's no one out there. The umpire didn't like it, said that was deliberate. So bounce in space and over the boundary line, and will be a Waratah free kick out there. So around the outer side, McDonald got his hands to the ball, couldn't complete the mark, and spilled it over the boundary line for a throw in once again. So once again the siren goes as the ball's being thrown in from the boundary, and again it turned out to be another pretty even quarter, but again the quarter played in two halves really as far as the scoring goes anyway, Dave.
Yeah, as I said before, I think it's got a lot to do with there's heavy rotations. If you're here at the ground watching the benches, rotations, because it's so hot and humid, they've got to look after their on-ballers, so that on-ball brigade's never really staying the same. So I think that probably accounts for a lot of the ebbs and the flows in the team structures. So, but obviously the teams that are moving the ball the quickest and being able to get out the front door contest are the ones that are kicking the goal. So obviously it was PINT early, and then later on the Tars really got control of that part of the game. So I think we're in for a very interesting last quarter here at Gardens Oval in Darwin for our NTFL Premier League action. So we're just going to take a short break here at three-quarter time, and we'll be back for the last quarter.
Kazali's Palmerston Club. Come and check out our cafe, open 7 days a week. Our kids club is open Wednesday to Sunday nights, including weekend lunchtime. Enjoy hot meals with nightly specials at the bistro or cold drinks at the sports bar. Feeling lucky? Have a go at the latest machines in our gaming lounge, or grab your mates for a round of pool. Family gatherings or casual meetings, we have something for everyone. Kazali's Palmerston Club, making a difference.
Territorians go a long way for one another.
So it's good to know that with TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance, if you have an accident covered by your policy, we're here to help with the reasonable costs of towing, as well as your additional emergency accommodation and travelling expenses. And that goes a long way when you're away.
Get a quote today.
TIO, we're for Territorians.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching the final quarter of the AFL NT's coverage of the 23-24 TIO NTFL season. We've got round 3 action from Gardens Oval here in Darwin, and it's probably going to come down to the wire here. We've got PINT 8-6-54 to 5-11, Waratah 5-11-41, but Waratahs looked the goods the second half of that third quarter, kicking a couple to get themselves right back into this game, and bit of a tipster's nightmare at three-quarter time. So my name's Dave Kennedy, and I'm joined by Stu Davies. What do you think, Stu? How's it going to pan out?
Yeah, look, it's really hard to call, isn't it? But yeah, just Tars in the back half of that quarter just got a bit more courageous, I think, and that's what they've got to do. You know, just be prepared to back themselves and as you said, hit the contests and give themselves a chance to move the ball quickly into the forward half. So have a restart on the bounce here as players resume their positions, and that'll suit Kirby, who just reaches over the top, thumps it forward, and now hand pass comes out to Cassidy. Cassidy kicks high towards half forward, punched away off the hands. Silver with the hand pass over the top to the advantage of Brody Carroll. Brody Carroll on the left foot, and once again just quick movement of the ball. Curtly Silver with that hand pass over the top. Didn't need much space, and Brody Carroll did the rest, swinging out onto his favoured left foot. So that's 3 in a row to Tars now, and they've really closed this margin.
Perfect start. That's what they needed to do. They that sort of played into their hands. The repeated centre bounce in the middle, so Kirby could play at his strength there and got it to his running on ball as quick movement forward.
Yeah, it was terrific by Silver, wasn't it? Just in the traffic, took possession, got rid of it cleanly over the top. Saw that that Carroll had a metre of space, and that was enough. Kirby again wins the hit out. This time it's chopped off by Richardson, who gets the kick forward, but intercepted by Will Collis for Tars at the back end of the centre circle. His kick just falls a bit short, but gets it back now, and he's gone the barrel. We were looking for them in the second half, Dave. He's gone straight down the middle of the ground. The ball hits the deck and scrambled away by Lee Peters for Pint, and tackled with the ball out wide there was Skeen McMahon. Now here's another shot at goal from out wide. It's Munkara again, is it? Straight through for a goal from out on the boundary line. Amazing stuff, and they're on fire all of a sudden, Dave.
Yes, get it in his hands. That's what I say. The number 10, Munkara, love it. When he gets it, something happens, whether he helps a teammate, and just, you know, third quarter he took 3 bounces and kicked a goal, but that one was, he's trumped it. That one was even better. So here we go. We've got as we said, we've got an exciting. We're only 2 minutes in, and we've got a 1-point ball game, ladies and gentlemen. In for an epic last quarter here at Gardens Oval in Darwin.
So Tars with the last 2 goals of the third quarter, and then quickly the first 2 goals of this final quarter have got all the running, and suddenly it's Pint that need to get themselves out of a bit of a hole here, and this won't help. A free kick against. It goes to Kirby, and so Kirby's just drills a low flat one inside forward 50. It spills over the back as Magro gets it out to Carlin. Carlin on the left kicks long towards the goal square. Hutt got his hands to the ball, couldn't take the mark. It spilt forward, but again, players on top of the ball, and it'll be a ball up, but it's only about 15 metres out from the Waratah goal at the city end of the ground. So there's a free kick been found in the ruck contest. It's going to go Waratah's way once again, and it's the big fella Toby Hutt, and I haven't minded his game, Dave. He's given him something up forward, kicked a couple of goals, I think, and and done a bit at ground level as well. So and chopped out a bit in the ruck when he's had to. So he comes in, he likes it. Goal umpire made a little bit of ground, but it's through again. So another goal to Tars, another goal to Toby Hutt, and they've hit the front for the first time since the first quarter, probably.
Yeah, they've been, obviously it's only not even 4 minutes in now, and they've kicked 3 goals, but, you know, it's exciting stuff. They're really, I don't know what the coach has said to him, but he might have promised him a couple of beers for his 40th birthday afterwards, so they're certainly up and about, the Tars. I don't think it's been past the centre for Pint. It hasn't been to left of screen at all.
So Pint really need to get their hands on the ball from this centre clearance, and Kirby's the one that's doing the damage in there, getting his hands on it as Carroll and Stephen Motlop go head to head. Carroll kicks it backwards, and now here's a chance for Skeen McMahon on the right, kicks inside forward 50. Peters just couldn't hold on to the mark there under pressure, and the ball's squirted out and over the boundary line for a throw in. So PINT have got it inside their forward 50. They've got the stoppage here, and be looking to take advantage of it as they now trail on the scoreboard by 5 points.
Obviously PINT would be well aware that in round one they were totally ran over the top of by the Buffs after leading the whole game, so in the last quarter, so they're probably hoping to not repeat that in round 3.
Another stoppage here inside 50 as Stephen Motlop and Brody Carroll going shoulder to shoulder at most of these contests, and there's a free kick in the ruck contest going to the big fella Kirby, who's been pretty influential in the early stages of this last quarter. He goes long towards the outer side of the ground, ball thumped forward from behind, and there's a push free kick being found here. It's going to go PINT's way. Out there is it's handed off to Williams. His kick just picked up on the half volley, and it's boundary throw in, I think, is the call. The
Tarzan trying to claim it.
Yeah.
But,
boundary umpire just trying to get the ball. He's got it now, so in front of the scoreboard on the outer side of the ground, which shows Tars leading by 5 points. Early stages of this final quarter. Spills out the back and a quick kick again, but this time out of bounds over the fence, and that one's over the perimeter fence, I think, which is very close to the boundary line on that side of the ground. So it'll be a bit of a stoppage here while we try to collect another football. That one's out on the road, I think. So yeah, no pedestrians walking past. There's a few cars going by, but we've just retrieved.
There's a runner trying to jump a fence over there.
Yeah, could be a bit dangerous, I think.
Yeah. That footy might be already gone, mate. Might be already in someone's boot, I reckon.
Yeah. Anyway, we've got another football, and we're back in action as the kick comes forward, and it's taken by Ma, just forward of the centre wing. He swings around on the left foot, kicks inside forward 50, thumped away from behind by Reynolds, and now Cassidy goes long, but again it's close to the boundary line and bounces over for another boundary throw. And looks like that football's been retrieved, Dave. So there might have been someone walking past out there. So just waiting for this boundary throw in between wing and half forward for Tars, and I've had a blistering start to this final quarter. Again, that boundary throw in is a long way from where the rucks are standing, and it'll be another attempt at the throw in.
I'm sure the PINT coaching staff would be trying to think of ways. You can see Shannon Motlop down there pointing at some stuff to try and, you know, relinquish control. They've lost control of this game, so I'm sure they'll come up with a plan. Not that.
No, a long kick forward, and Kiranua just sitting in the hole. Takes that one easy as you like. Chips out wide here to Waratah, and Waratah going short again. Just showed a bit of it, but Carlin got there. Brody Motlop may have been a bit more desperate trying to chop that one off, but Carlin chips around the wing. Oh, a sliding attempt from Munkara, but Turnbull was coming across in front of him, and Turnbull's hooked it over the boundary line. It's a boundary throw in.
Yeah, they're picking their way through it a little bit better. Obviously don't want to kick it long, or too long to that contest, because they know the big fellas from PINT are behind the footy, Stu. So you can see if they're not able to move it really, really quickly out the front door contest, they're trying to pick their way through. So that's where it's sitting well with Tars at the moment.
So good use of that ball through the hands, and now getting it forward, but just a mishandle there. Oh, that's a high tackle, and yeah, it's Dwayne Kiranua, who had just come off the interchange bench before that stoppage, and he gets the free kick for the high tackle. He kicks high down towards half forward. Some use of the body down there. The ball spills over the back. Hutt at ground level can't keep it in, and it's over the boundary line for another throw-in.
Definition of a high tackle right in front of us there, Stu.
Yeah, I think so.
Young fella nearly got his head ripped off, but no malice in it. He was just trying to duck and weave his way through and just got him,
Yep. So out the back, Pint trying to run it around. Oh, Williams caught with the ball and it just spilled out, and so it's a Tars free kick. It's going to be Magro, Jaden Magro. He'll take the set shot from only about 30 metres directly in front. So again, Williams gives away the free kick that could cost the goal. So Magro has one goal tonight and an opportunity to stretch the lead for Tars here again.
Hasn't had a bad night, Warwick, but he's had a couple of bad spots. So Tars have gone back and kicked that.
Jaden Magro, he's a powerful kick and didn't need all of it for that distance, but certainly hit it solid and straight through the middle. So after he missed a couple of in the first quarter, he's redeemed himself with a couple of goals for Tars, and signs are looking a bit worrying for Pint now, as Tars have piled on 4 goals in this quarter, and as I said, the last 6 goals of the game, so they've really turned it around.
Yeah, I just think their midfield's got on top. It starts with this big bloke in the middle. He's been dominant this last quarter when they needed someone to give their on ball as the first use of the ball. He's done it, and not only has he done it, he's getting kicks himself. So he's a difference right there. He's given them access, and Tars midfield depth is really showing here.
McCarthy up high early, but too early as Collis gets caught with the ball. It spills out now. Play on's the call as it's paddled out towards Carroll. He couldn't take it cleanly, and now it spills out where Skeen McMahon just got worried out of it, and Brody Carroll's followed up and received on the outside, kicks long down towards half forward, slips out the back. Karanua trying to tap it to his own advantage, loses his footing there, and the ball bounces off the players in the contest and over for a boundary throw in the left forward pocket right behind that behind post. So Tars again in attack and looking to score once again as Pint try to set themselves up in defence. So Hutt just worked his opponent under the ball, but slipped through his hands when he tried to take possession. Pint through the hands, but that kick's gone straight out towards the boundary line, and once again umpire Ash Gardner has deemed that there was insufficient intent to keep that one in play, so it's a free kick. It's going to be taken by Collis out there at the junction of the 50-metre line. Dylan Collis tries to drill a pass inside 50, or there was a push out before Hope got his hands to the ball, and it's a Pint free kick in defence once again. So looking for short options, but again Brody Carroll right on the job there, punched away from behind. Almost a high tackle there. Play on's the call, and again there's a scramble at ground level, and the ball's held in as Clark had the ball punched away from him. So Kirby immovable in that ruck contest. Clark gets a dribble kick forward. Kiranua at ground level had a couple of opponents and couldn't get his hands on it. But again, they force a stoppage over the boundary line, and you would think almost 14 minutes into this final quarter, Tars pretty happy to soak it up a bit out there. Plenty of players around the ball once again as the boundary throwing comes in. Kirby thumps it, has a player running onto it, kicks towards goal. It was Clark, I think, or was it? No, it wasn't. It was Collis. It was Dylan Collis, but seen a couple of times he's got on the move through the stoppage, Dave, and got on the end of that, but just missed to the near side.
You did mention that at three-quarter time to one another offline, that the Tars were hitting the contest on the move instead of being flat-footed, and that's a perfect illustration of that. But PINT just have no one forward of the footy. Hardly like they're breaking now that they have the footy.
Smets long towards half forward. The ball gets over the back. Running onto it down here is Stephen Motlop, but he gets worried out of it in the end, goes to ground, and Tars gets some numbers back, but just couldn't handle cleanly out there. And now hand pass comes over. There's a quick shot towards goal. I think it's touched on the way through once again. So just the minor score brings that margin back to 11 points.
Certainly 11 points is gettable in the time they've got left. It's only 15 minutes in, but the PINT just haven't been able to go forward often enough to look as threatening. And as I said, Tars have had a great last quarter and moving the ball quite well.
Will Clark brings the ball back into the outer side of the ground. A beautiful pass out there, and mark taken out there by Booth, I think it is.
Teammates at Hague last year in a premiership year, those two, Clark and Booth.
So that kick wide on the outer side of the ground, and Tars, PINT with the opportunity, bring it back in towards half forward. It slips out the back. Brodie Carroll got the hands across, just a bit too hot for his teammate there, and now again they pile on top, and it'll be a ball up once again. No, it won't be. It's a free kick been found. Ball was dragged in, and it's a PINT free kick. So here is an opportunity for them to narrow that margin once again, as Chalmers hand passes it off to Williams, who ran in from behind, but his kick has just missed to the near side, and I'm not sure that was the wisest thing. I think Chalmers is a pretty good user of the ball and perhaps could have scored from the set shot there. So another behind to PINT, and the margin is 10 points. As they come grandstand side this time, Tars, and Nick Hoare takes a good mark in front of the pack at half-back.
That's a good kick to get, that one. That's the relief kick. That gets you out of scoring harm, and you can reassess down the line.
Oh, Darcy Hope just cut in front from the side, got his hands to it, but couldn't hold on. Busy at ground level was Silver. He's still in there trying to work the ball forward. Now he gets his hands on it.
Barrel
kicks to another barrel forward. Williams gets the ball punched out of his hands by Carroll. He's under plenty of pressure down here from Carroll, but gets some support, and now the relieving kick comes close to the boundary line. Smythe there picks it up just inside, gets his kick to it, but Kirby's positioned himself behind it, thumps it back inside. Forward 50 for Tars. Hutt sees a runner on the outside, goes that way, and it's Will Clark who's run. He took the kick in, he's made his way all the way down the ground to get on the end of that one. Some good vision in there. The big fella Toby Hutt once again. He's got good skills and good vision that time, and hit Will Clark on the run. And gee, this one would just about close the door, Dave, I would think, to make it 16 points.
Yep.
So Clark, he's just pushed it to the left a bit, so the door's still open a bit for PINT, I think. But yeah, that was a disappointing finish after a good build-up. Curtly Silver down here once again in the congestion, just fantastic, and barreled it along and gave his forwards an opportunity.
I think Will Clark's just sprinted about 180 metres to get that to. He's probably trying to get his breath a bit. But PINT, they just seem tired. They look a bit tired, but mentally as well, they're just making some.
That one just slipped through the hands from Thomas Motlop. They were set up to go forward again there, but now they've got some numbers as they try to work through the middle of the ground. The ball long, and Ryan it is claiming the mark. And I think it's been paid, so he's reaching over the top, just had the height, and he's senses that time's running out a bit, so he's making his way back quickly, but yeah, Matt Ryan once again has had a good game, and this is a shot for his 4th goal of the game. So yeah, it's a missed shot at the other end of the ground, and now an opportunity to close the gap again. So Ryan kicks on the way. I think he's pulled that across the face of goal. He has. And another opportunity gone missing. They really needed that one, Dave.
So, yeah, we're pushing the 20-minute mark. Nearly time on. It's a 10-point ball game. Tars seem to have the better of the contest at the moment, so I'm not saying Pint can't do it, but it's getting fairly late, Stu.
Yeah, that's right. Tars coming grandstand side this time. Carlin underneath it, got his hands to it, couldn't mark it. The ball spills forward. Collis gets a hack kick forward, but Chalmers receives out the back, kicks long, inside forward, 50 again for Pint. No mark taken. The ball at ground level gets fished out, and now Turnbull gets a quick kick forward. That hasn't travelled far enough, as just taken across the legs there was Booth, and it's going to be a ball up. It just almost had his legs taken out from under him as he was in the air, but again, no malice in it, just in the action, and Kirby hooks one over the top again, but it's Pint at ground level as Motlop on the outside of the boot kicks towards goal. It's swinging back. I think he's got it. He has got it. It's just got over the line. Stephen Motlop with once again a bit of magic, and he's looks like he might almost be cramping there, but that's a fantastic goal and a really valuable one for Pint. Their first of this last quarter, but importantly, it closes the margin to less than a goal. And we were saying that a shot at goal at the other end might have closed the door. Well, they've the door's well and truly open again here as Stephen Motlop gives Pint an opportunity.
And you're right. See, he's up there. He's sitting forward because he is cramping a bit. He's done extremely well to do that, to pull out a goal. Side of his boot, sort of a kick, and we've got a game, Stu.
We sure have, as McDonald takes it out of the ruck for Pint this time, and they're going forward again with a long kick in at ground level. It's Tars with their hands on the ball. The square kick comes out, and Cooper Best here for Tars at ground level, got rid of one opponent, comes out to Carlin. He swoops a hand pass over the top. Marr comes in. Best does well again at ground level, but just trying to work it out. Kirby thought about kicking off the ground, but his opponent in Brad Ryan had his hands on the ball, and so wrapped him up in the tackle instead. And it'll be a ball up at half forward for Waratah, and they're now feeling the pressure and keen to get a score on the board from this stoppage, as the hit-outs, one or two Pint players ran into each other. Thompson picks up, gets a hand pass forward to Chalmers. Chalmers hand passes out wide, and now a long kick down the line by Brad Ryan out in front here, and the ball spills out. Now Motlop once again gets rid of an opponent, swings back in, kicks inside forward 50 with a high ball over the back. The mark's taken, is it? Not paid on 2 or 3 attempts, but eventually it's kicked out of defence by Gleeson, but that one's chopped off. And Pint again looking to go forward. The mark taken here by Kaufel, who kicks long towards the top of the goal square. Punched away from behind by the Tars defenders. Turnbull comes in, takes possession, gets the ball knocked out of his hands. It squirts out wide, and Pint trying to get their hands on it to get a shot at goal. Tars trying to get their hands on it to wrap it up. And eventually it's a stoppage, and where are we? Almost 23 minutes in, Dave.
Yep.
5 goals have been scored, so maybe another couple of minutes, and it's going right to the wire, as we predicted it might. There's Collis, just a lazy effort out there. I don't know what he was thinking. He had a bit of time and space to take possession of the ball, but he tried to kick it off the ground, and it's gone over the boundary, over the fence behind the scoreboard, and just waiting for it to come back. So
Waratah supporters, 2 absolute nail biters in a row. 3 points this last week, and then another tight one this week. They'll be certainly feeling it. So it's good for NT footy, mate, to have close games.
Williams thumps the ball in, top of the goal square. No mark taken at ground level. It spills forward. Again, the ball's wrapped up, and it's going to be a stoppage. There's no players in the city end half of the ground, as they've all pushed back. Tars to try and stop it. Pint to try and get there's a kick off the ground out of the middle of the pack, and it's a goal, and Pint have got themselves back in front. We're just trying to work out who it is that they pick up off the ground. I think it might be Elliot Chalmers in there. I think it is, yeah. And just something out of nothing out of the middle of the pack, and he managed to get it through about 5 players, I would have thought, Dave, and through for a goal. And now The shoe is absolutely on the other foot, and it's Tars who have to get a quick clearance and get it down there in to try and score.
You could have thrown a blanket over 32 players then, I reckon. They were all at that contest, and how that kick went through that many sets of legs and finished up a goal.
Absolutely amazing.
So, yes, we're back to 2-point lead to PINT now at the nearly 25-minute mark. So, you know, who would have thought?
Kirby and McDonald. Collis gets his hands on it, just drops it to the ground. Streaming through from the from behind the pack was Turnbull trying to force it forward. But it's a stoppage again, and now it's PINT that's happy to slow it up with the stoppages. And McDonald just gets rid of Kirby this time, thumps it into the hands of Thomas Motlop, spilled it, but hacks a kick out wide straight towards the boundary line. It's gone over the boundary line, and insufficient intent is the call, so it's a Waratah free kick to Will Collis. Collis wastes no time, plays on, kicks long, down towards half forward. Ball hits the ground at the front of the pack, swooping in. Here's a chance for Tars again going forward. Ball spills the ground over the back. Magro tries to pounce on it. Now it's Carroll at ground level. He gets tackled over the boundary line, and it's a boundary throw in the right forward pocket for Waratah. There's a bit of push and shove down there, but of course the clock doesn't stop in NT footy over the boundary line, so it's ticking down towards the final siren. There's a bit of action off the ball. Play on's the call as the boundary throwing comes in. Now all the players are in the forward half for Tars. Kirby had a kick at it, got it smothered. Ball spills out now, tackling hard of the PINT players, and that one wrapped up, and it's going to be a ball up once again. So all the players have moved down into the city half of the ground now, as there's about 20 of them directly around the ball now. Kirby gets pushed out of the way, and Marr gets a quick kick out of defence. The ball spills to the ground from that marking contest, and Tars desperate to get their hands on it. The quick kick comes forward. Magro couldn't quite take the mark. Play on's the call as the ball at ground level. It spills out to Magro now. He swings towards goal, but was half smothered, and it squirted out. Now a shot in towards the goal line, and the PINT defenders happy to rush that one through for a behind under a bit of pressure down there. And they'll just take a bit of time off the clock here, and then eventually bring it back into play. I don't think they'll try anything too adventurous this time, Dave. They're happy just to clog it up as...
Maybe another barrel.
Yeah, Brad Ryan goes to the outer side of the ground. It's close to the boundary line. Ball punched away from behind and over for a boundary throw in once again.
Last 3 quarters are finished with that boundary umpire over the other side, mate. So as soon as this ball's come in, we might see the sign at the 27-minute mark, 27.5-minute mark. It wouldn't be too far away now. 1 point margin here at Gardens Oval, magnificent Gardens Oval, and what a game we've had. It's been a seesawing contest as we wait for the boundary throw, and it's forward of centre for Tars. That one's just thumped back over by McDonald towards the boundary line. Umpire's happy with that, and it'll be another boundary throw in. So the clock keeps ticking. 28 minutes now, and this is probably the longest quarter we've had tonight. Kirby and McDonald. Kirby in front, gets it over the back to Collis. Collis gets a quick kick forward as the siren sounds. The game's over miraculously. Excuse me. PINT have given up a huge margin, and then somehow have managed to come back and got their noses in front and held on in the end to win by 1 point, Dave. What a game of footy. Oh, ups and downs and ins and outs of that game of football was tremendous. Started off really hotly contested, but who would have thought Tars come out? I think they kicked four in a row to start that last quarter to really gain control of the contest, really. And PINT looked a bit dead at sea, and they just couldn't find the footy, but they just found a way tonight, PINT, didn't they? They didn't use the ball great. Nothing was really smooth, but you know what? They've done enough. They've done enough to win, chalk up another win, and you know, bank the 4 points and go home happy, I would say, because that's all they need to do, mate.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Been fantastic, and Thanks again for your help tonight, Dave. It's been a magnificent game of footy. A 1-point margin to PINT as they celebrate the TARS connections. Think of what might have been, but it's been a terrific game of footy to open round 3 of NTFL footy, and there's more on tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. Thanks very much. We'll see you next time.